constantly, always on my mind. Constantly, and not just some of the time I think about you. That group Immature was fucking awesome. If you only knew all, thinking about you all the time, constantly on my mind. Oh, everybody, I got presents. I always wanted to do that. Hey, I got presents. Leave me alone, little girl. Oh, that's Matthew. What's up, Pop? What you want, Matthew? They want the coconut shrimp. Everybody, look what I just got in the mail. I ordered them bitches. Phi Beta Sigma shoes. Good quality, too. I'm finna rock these bitches. I'm so petty. They cost me like $100. Before I get started talking about this recap, I want to show y'all something. I'm petty. And my Baron petty too. Look. Remember I told y'all I purchased the saying, I'd rather have a whole ancestor than a piece of a God any day. I own it. I got my certificate. I own it. Not only do I own that, I own it. Nobody can put it on their clothes or anything without my permission. If I see it, I can send a cease and desist. And if they don't, I can sue. They can't use it for educational purposes or nothing. So that slogan is owned by me. Yeah, smart business decision. And guess what I did with my petty itty ass? I put it on a shirt. Hold on, let me get you a shirt where you can see it. I got a couple on. I just got 6. Hey, we got to start doing smart business practices. Oh my God. I just took the effort to put the chair in the bitch. I just had to take the effort to do that. I ordered, as soon as I seen that Montgomery brawl, I ordered that bitch and I had the certificate. I said, you know what? That's not the design of the shirt. That's the wording. The design of the shirt gonna be something different on the front of it. But I say this is it, and I want to give them away. They all X larges, so I keep 2 for myself, different colors. But I'm gonna give 4 away. I come up with something. They brand new X large. Just got them out the box. As you can see, just ordered them. So I ain't wear none, and I got the real good fabric too. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I'm waiting until I can trademark my name before starting that wine blog. Please, that thing's serious. But everybody, what y'all think about that story? What y'all think about that story? Shit crazy, ain't it? Yeah. Ancestor had been honored that day before that brawl. That was a motherfucker though. I even got one. A 44. I keep it by me, baby. I went to the shed and got that bitch out. It got rust. This is one we used to have at the cookout. Yeah, it got rust. I was gonna spray paint the bitch and see I spray painted a little bit. Then I said, fuck it. I'm gonna let that bitch ride. A lot of asses done sat in that bitch from the family. That's old. They've been in the shed. I got 3 of them out there, so I'm happy. Listen, that really happened, people, and that's the type of story I'm trying to gravitate to when the podcast get up and running, because I want to be able to grab somebody from my childhood and say, so you tell your version of this shit, and I tell my version. After y'all listen to what I say, have somebody tell their version, and then because I know it's just coming from me, and people see things one way. But it wasn't Roger. The boy name was Houston. I mean Marcus and Marquise. Marcus and Marquise. And those two, so Marquise were messing around with Sweet Pea on the low. But Sweet Pea was hanging out with Marcus after school and shit, taking the young boy to the Parliament House and down there messing with the other homosexual cats downtown Orlando. And I guess Sweet Pea figured, okay, this young little boy, you know how the shit work. You know, older little gay dude probably say, hey, let me pop that motherfucker right there, get on it. And he say, oh yeah, bitch, you gotta pay me for it. And then, you like, okay, here go the money for this shit right here. I'm finna get him. I guess Marcus didn't want to jump, didn't want to deal. So the dude ended up killing him. And Sweet Pea, like, kept the shit quiet and just went home. And I guess Marcus' spirit kept coming back trying to get him. Manifested as a car. Now, the crazy part about it, and y'all should be asking this question too, because now I'm asking it. Now listen how this shit worked. Marcus, 16, 17-year-old Marcus, died, shot, murdered by the Citrus Bowl here in Orlando. His brother Marquise went and bought the same car, the same kind of car that the boy Marcus manifested into trying to kill Sweet Pea. His brother went and bought it, and now it's his car. You see how the spirit worked, man? Because it used to turn up in their house all the time, but it wasn't there. I mean, y'all see how that? I'm seeing it, and as I tell it, I'm putting it together. The Rain Show. I'm finna come to your show. We finna watch it together. We finna see. I'm finna see. Let me type in the Rain Show. I'm gonna go over there. I want to see what's going on with the Rain Show. I want to see what's going. I want to be able to talk to the Rain Show. REIG. REIGN. I ain't got my glasses on, y'all. Show. Okay. All right. So I got it right here. I'm gonna click that button in a second and make sure them things move fast. Damn, y'all throw them comments up fast. I don't lost the Rain Show. When you say another comment, I'll be able to finish out. But everybody, I was wondering if spirit led him to the car. That's what I think. Kent Vicks, that's what I think, man. Oh, and Miss Harden, I know. I like saying your name like Al Sharpton would say, Miss Harden, Miss Harden. But yeah, it was a lot going on. And that's the thing, the amazing thing about my true spook stories. It's so much moving parts in them bitches. I mean, it leaves you thinking. And I mean, but that's how the mind work, and that's how real life work. It was so many moving parts, and I gotta recall all that shit to put it into a 30, 40-minute story for you guys. Luann, what's up? Yes, it is. Monday. I'll be 45 years old. I'll be an old timer. I'll be an old timer, 45 years old. Y'all gonna help me up the steps. Give me my chamomile tea, give me a bathrobe at 6 o'clock in the evening. That's what I know to be true. I feel it strongly. He said he's on his own. Yes, I am doing well. I was sick for a couple days, believe it or not, but I'm doing well. Thank you, Royal Blue. What do you feel was happening spiritually to cause Sweet Pea not to see the car after he been shot? Great damn question. My personal belief on that shit, why Sweet Pea couldn't see the car, is because Sweet Pea was racked with so much guilt, and he had learned to put the thought of what he did to Marcus out of his mind. And if Marcus done manifested into the car, and Sweet Pea doesn't have that ideology of Marcus, or played it as a figment of memory, whatever going on, whatever goop shit was going on there, he wouldn't see that dude's energy because he had dismissed that dude energy. And when he dismissed that dude energy, that boy came back to dump his ass. And Grandma saved Sweet Pea ass. Oh man, thank you. That's precious. She gonna be a handful for you. Suppress the memory like a motherfucker. Yeah, I think they suppressed it. Ned, what's up? Yeah, Sweet Pea blocked the Black Pearl. I mean, think about all the shit you got to block out in your lifetime or in your mind. Some traumatic shit done happen to you, and everybody like, damn, why that shit ain't affecting that person? Because you done blocked it out your mind. And so you wouldn't resonate with that situation or that energy or anything around it if it's blocked out your mind. So I think that's what happened. But it was trying to get him. We saw it. We saw the shit. But nobody thought to go down there and chase after. They just shot it up, and when it scared, ain't nobody run to the thing and chase it. I say, I'm finna go see where this bitch lead, and it led to their house. You gotta, hey, Simone, you have to go to the you gotta go to the video and click on the bell and the twice, I think, and it'll give you the shaky symbol. It's still affecting them because the subconscious never forget. That's true. But I can tell you one thing: them bullets touched Sweet Pea ass first, so that Phantom boy threw them bullets back at his ass because that bitch had to stay laid up for 2-3 months and heal. So y'all say, oh, ghost can't hurt you. A ghost spirit can't hurt you, but that bitch can possess something and make it hurt you. So let's say the ghost possess something like my pistol here. Man, you never know. I'll be touching that bitch and it malfunction. You know what I'm saying? And blow my shit off. Hand pie. But some that kinetic energy could manifest that shit. So don't let nobody say, oh, ghosts can't hurt you. They make you hurt yourself. Some of the shit around you, the physical objects, they can manipulate. Most black people don't follow the danger. I follow the bitch, boy, because if you shoot at me, I'm coming to get you. I need to know where you at, bitch, because you can't do it again. You will not get a second chance to fuck me over. Miss once, trust me, we don't see each other again. Yeah, some spirits do jump in bodies. So did any other bullets touch the brother that Sweet Pea shot? Let me make sure. I don't want to lie to you. No. Come to think about it, the dude once shot up. What the hell is that noise? Lacey, that's Lacey. Boy, I finna say, God damn, every time I tell these stories, some shit happen. That's Lacey in the window. No, but after Sweet Pea, bum. Hey girl, hey baby girl. Hey Lacey. So after Sweet Pea shot at the car that came up, that the dude, like the real car that Marquise bought, no bullets hidden, and it didn't hit the car, traveled through. It was weird. And Chastine Lacey always scare me sometimes. V Jason, what's up? Everybody, y'all, if y'all can go back in time, and be in my brain for one day. Y'all will be like, this. I'm surprised this nigga even made it to 21. How is the new chicken doing? Hey, so the new chickens are okay. One of them got killed. I just throw it out there. Some clown ass females on this fucking inside this soul tribe was sending magical spells at a brother, love spells probably, most likely. Clown ass people, stop that shit because it ain't gonna work. And they did some other negative shit. A couple people did some negative shit, and one of my chickens bit the bullet for me. It died, and it was my biggest girl out there. I mean, she big too. She was big, best one too, and she just would not move. I was rubbing on her. I was like slapping the ground. She was just laying sideways, sitting there, and she wouldn't move. And I'm like, Spirit, what's going on? So I got her. I rolled her over, looked under her wings, rubbed all under her feathers. She ain't had no snake bites. She ain't had no fleas. She ain't had shit. She just had no energy. So I walked around in the yard with her. I know it's sappy, it's crazy, but I love my chickens. I don't eat them. I just like them. I don't even sacrifice them. I just like those chickens. So I had her big old ass in my arm, walking around my backyard, rubbing her and talking to her, asking her what's wrong and trying to figure out what's going on. And she just was so weak, man. She was so weak. It's horrible. So then I laid her down on the table and she tried to stand up and she just flapped one wing and she just laid down like this and her eyes kept closing and I kept rubbing her head and waking her up. And then I picked up again and walked around the yard again talking to her. And she tried to get out of my arms. And then she just laid. I just say, okay, I'm finna put you in the garden. She laid down in the garden and she coughed up like some white spit, but it was like a long string about this long of coughing coming out, and it was hanging off her beak, and she wiped it on the ground, and then she died. So I was kind of sad behind that shit, but Spirit told me that's what happened when people send negative fucking spell work at you. As a spiritualist, you got to be prayed up and shit. And again, I don't know what I'm doing. The motherfuckers on the internet. I don't talk shit about nobody. I don't do no negative work. You can curse me out and say all that shit. You ain't worth the dollar store counter for me to come at you no negative way. I'm enlightened. And so when people send shit out at me, the chickens take it, or the animals around, like the trees in the front yard, them bitches dead. I have to buy new trees. I have to keep that shit around the house. Because for some reason, I as a spiritualist, but spirits say this one was done by somebody putting love spells, trying to get the Baron. I guess I got some dreamy eyes. Let me stop fucking with you. Now they be like, bitch, I ain't get you this time. I'm sure the fuck gonna get you the next. It won't happen. ah, damn stalkers, man. Alicia. I know I'm petty, y'all. I told y'all I'm petty and my Baron petty too. But yeah, man, that's what happened. Spirit told me. And then but I did get sick now. Don't get it twisted. I had the shits past 3 days. Had the shit past 3 days now. Couldn't eat right. Shit wasn't feeling well here. Energy wasn't there. I had to get right with that shit, man. But that's what happened. It was so bad. Put it like this. I receive people's energy when I'm editing y'all videos. Like I receive the energy when I'm filming and recording and when I'm doing the reading. Then when I'm editing, I do the same thing. I couldn't touch this computer and edit no videos for 3 days. It was like making me so sleepy, and I was like, I couldn't take it. Headache. I'm like, damn, maybe I'm dehydrated. I'm drinking all the fluids and waters. They just, it is what it is. Holiday love. Hey, when you been driving that long, boy, and you get to your own bathroom, you gon' shit. I dare a person to be on the road for more than 5 hours, get home and don't piss or shit in their own bathroom. That's a luxury. That's a luxury. So the brother's spirit overtook Marquise and had him trying to kill Sweet Pea. No, 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 no. Kent, no, 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 no. Keep in mind, Marquise was a dope boy. So he used to tote pistols. Marcus is his brother. So when Sweet Pea seen the car after Grandma showed the car, the phantom car to him, did the spell so he could see the phantom car that was chasing him, trying to kill him. The dude, the down low cat he was fucking with, went and bought a car similar to that one. So Sweet Pea started busting too. Dot, dot, dot. So it was the dude Sweet Pea was fucking with and Sweet Pea at war with each other. Because Sweet Pea thought that was a phantom car, but once he shot at the cat was like, "Oh, bitch, you trying to get me? I gotta save face." And they was shooting at each other almost every other night while they was selling dope at the store. This shit got dangerous, man. Two lovers start shooting at each other. Yeah, shit got weird, man. Shit got raw over there in Ivy Lane. Shit got wild. And even with using restroom, that's the first thing I do when I get home. You know it. Of course, the high energy. They even carry it. I like that. LIV Saturn, you're right. Ted, what Ted saying? Ted. All right, Ted. Do you know what happened to the car? Surprisingly, that car became the Phantom car. If you want to know what happened to that car, go check out my other story. The other story about the car. You'll see. I did a story on that one. Kent. That's the same car. The Chevy, the heavy. I think the story, the truthful story is Heavy Chevy Rider. That was run by the same car. That car just was a creepy fucking hood hunted car, man. King Q, what's up? Yeah, Heavy Chevy. Yeah, go check out that story, man. You know, Southern, I have to put the Heavy Chevy Riders, have to put that Heavy Chevy in there. Can't see what the fuck. Hey man, listen, this is the hood, man. Listen, if y'all can believe the movie they cloned Tyrone, and I was telling these stories way before that shit I came die. Why can't y'all believe this shit happened in the hood? And not just my hood. This mystical shit been happening in everybody's hood. You don't think the racist white folks be throwing them spiritual energies, come in the neighborhood and just throwing nasty energy like the Klansmen and the Nazis and shit? They got their own wizards and warlocks, and they could be putting curses on our neighborhoods along with the food and everything else they doing. But black people will not go to Beverly Hills and start spouting curses to their shit. We just don't do the shit. It ain't. They probably had all that mystical shit going on. Cause when them niggas die in the hood, they take our energy, they ciphering us. They probably like Ghostbusters with the little vacuum sucking all our spiritual shit up. They knew what they were fucking doing. Yeah, Heavy Chevy was sad, but it was good. Y'all go check out Heavy Chevy, Kent. Just go check it out. You gonna realize it is what it is, man. Yeah, Hitler did that. The Von der Weppen and Dusendorfs and shit, man. Crazy. They call them forensics. Crystal, what you think that's about? He had paid psychics and occultists. Yeah, we the only fool ain't using our straight up magical power to fix shit. We want to sit up there and ignore the bullshit. Think we could come up without using magic. That's why them ancestors had to come at that riverboat front to say, bitch, we got you. Do what you do. I always say, like this phrase I own, I'd rather have a whole ancestor than a piece of a God any day. Cause I know they gonna protect me. I know they real. I know they exist. I know they was here. I don't know if Jesus was here. I don't know if Buddha or Allah existed. I don't know if I was related to him. How can he be my ancestor? How can she be my ancestor? Last I heard on the internet, Yahshua was a dragon. And it makes sense. The motherfucker had facts. So now everybody praying to a damn dragon? I don't know. Yeah, they did their thing. Them women powerful, boy. They did their thing. But people, back to that story. Oh my God, man. Any more questions about that story, y'all? I know it's entertaining and I put a lot in there and I give y'all a lot. I try to explain everything and who's who in the character round. Well, Ken said, Ken on it today. You said in one recap that the Chevy won't lead a hood due to the energy within the hood. Is there a way to cast that particular Chevy out uh of the energy that oh, hell yeah. You could cast the energy out of the hood, whatever, because people just keep buying that car and changing it up, fixing it, buying it, reselling it. It'll go somewhere. But you can't change the energy of the hood because it was made from hood and it got so many bodies and bloods and shit from people that was at the lowest point in their life. So if you die, if your physical man die at the lowest point in your life and your blood stain that item will ever be quantum locked with that negative energy. So what it do, they'll come take the car and they'll move the car to another hood and let it start all over. That's how it works. So I'm finna give you an example, Kent. So think about the flood in New Orleans when them levees broke back in the day. Katrina came. A lot of people owned a lot of cars, right? The cars were flooded. All them dead people in that water, nasty energy. People broke the levee. However, all that shit. Then they start shipping those cars after they dried out. They start shipping those cars to different cities. Good cars, just a little water damage. And surprisingly, the engine of a car, once you drain it and get and redo it and get the oil out of it, I mean, get the water out of it and put new oil, the car will work. Change the electricals, which people did. But a lot of them cars that came from New Orleans with that negative energy, the sadness that they got from the bottom, the black people who wasn't on the top, those cars never worked. They would buy them cars and then they would do Carfax. That's why Carfax came about. They would do Carfax and they realized, oh, this bitch was in Louisiana. This bitch was the next to the levee shit, Ninth Ward and all that shit there. Them cars never worked because the energy of them people on it. You could transfer it to a different place, but that negative energy gonna be there. So only way they gotta get that car and move it to another hood where it can do its dirt over there. That shit stays. I like the movie they cloned Tyrone. I finally got to watch it about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and it answered so many questions. Man, it answered so many questions for me. I was like, fuck. And I saw, and me being a 32nd degree Freemason, I saw the similarities. I saw the symbolism in there, and that made me realize 100% what they were teaching me in Masonry. But I can't say because I don't want no bullshit coming my way. Oh, it is sort of scary. People will move different objects. So again, like that's why they house those little, that's why like Zach Efron and all that married couple that were going around taking people hunted items. That's why you can't destroy them items. You have to store them bitches away so humans can't touch them and be utilized. So somebody need to get that car and put that car on some little lot, chain that bitch up with some holy chains or hortico chains or binding or some shit, so it can't move or take the engine out the bitch or something. But long as that car exists, this shit is probably happening somewhere else in some hood. Mm-hmm. It's just that the reason why Masons are so secretive, the lower echelon Masons, if you ask me, because I'm 32nd degree, uh, because people don't understand the principle of it. Now, as you go higher up the chain, when you don't become just a regular blue house Mason, all the way to the black house Mason, when you get all the way up there and you in the Illuminati area of Masonry, that shit is beyond us. We understand the low level shit. When you get to that capstone type shit, I don't know what it is, man, and I ain't gonna cry for it. I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna try. If they cooking bitches and sacrificing people, I don't know it. I ain't never seen it, and bitch, I don't want no part of it. I am okay, but we help people. It's I know it's sworn to secrecy and shit, but we make sure we help our fellow man, and that's the bad thing about it, because people don't know you can serve, you can be Christian, Muslim, whatever, and become a Mason, and you can still be brotherly love. As in, you be a Christian, you can't sit down with a Muslim, you can't sit down with somebody of a different culture, and vice versa. So that's all it is, a bunch of brothers coming together for one goal. Now, what that goal is when you get to the top, I don't know. I don't know. Spirit cooking. So yeah, man, that's a whole crazy thing, man, out there in my world. So yeah, I'm telling you, this shit was in the crazy part about it, y'all. This shit wasn't just going on in my hood. It wasn't just going on in Ivy Lane, Mercer Drive, Carver Shore, Richmond Heights, Beirut, downtown Orlando, cross town, crossroads. It wasn't just going down over there, man. This shit was everywhere in everybody's hood. Every hood is designed the same. It was mystical families. It was motherfuckers you didn't understand, and people think, that I'm in the sorority. People they know what's going on in a ritual cause they aren't privy to the info. But the important part is that work we do in the community. That is true, Queen Jackson, because nobody will ever understand. I didn't understand what being a Greek was until I took Greek, and not to go too much into the Greek, but they did the Greek wrong. They did the Greek wrong. That's more being in a fraternity, a male fraternity. I don't know about a sorority. Basically, to me, if I can understand, the Greek is a version of Jesus Christ, so just a man in pain. So that's how we look. That's how I look at it. And I got my initiating. So it's more Christian than anything. It wasn't happening in my hood. Nothing like this existed. Exciting was happening. Miss Harden, that's because you didn't see. You wasn't using your own self eyes. Chaka shaw, chaka shaw, chaka shaw, chaka shaw, chaka shaw, chaka shaw. Everybody chaka shaw. Come on, everybody chaka shaw. Every time I hear that name, I just. Some people do stupid stuff and make y'all look bad. That's true. But not too many Sigmas out there making Sigmas look bad. Phi Beta, nothing greater. Phi Beta Sigma. Can you shout me out? Ah, I hope I say the name right. You may have to break it down for me in the next one. Pizzad Gaming. Pizzard Gaming. Pizzard Gaming. I like that. You got shot it out, bro. What's this? I don't know. God damn it! Don't come at me. This movie got me looking at Popeye's chicken. Man, I love Popeyes. I ain't eating no more chicken, baby. If I ain't cooking that shit in my own house, Like I made homemade coconut shrimp, shredded the bitch, dried it out in the dehumidifier, all that shit. I made them bitches myself. I ain't buying nothing from a restaurant. Royal Blue, if you like Sigma, man, go be a Zeta. I mean, go be, yeah, be a Delta. Cause every Delta like a Sigma between they theta. Oh, I'm petty. I'm petty. The house has the walls bleeding, and you could hit a couple that did in fight. What the fuck going on here? Everybody, listen. That shit was crazy, man. But you gotta understand, 25 years ago, 24 years ago, homosexuality wasn't so accepted. Brothers still had to be down low back in the day, right? So if you down low, you didn't want nobody to know you were dealing with the homosexual community like that. But it was a lot of brothers, a lot of tough, hardcore niggas on the street had them their own boo thing, dude. We out there, we see it, nigga. You can't act the homosexual cat still coming up to you every fucking night. You acting like you serving them. Nigga don't even smoke crack, but you act like you serving crack to them. We know the fucking score. You could have said that shit, man. Meet me at the store. I'll break you off, or I'll just swing by your house after the shift over. After I leave the thing, I'll drop some off to you. We gonna meet at the hotel to do whatever. You get your. They just made the shit messy. I mean, all the dope boys knew. But now it's prevalent. You know what? The crazy part about it, I'm glad, the LGBTQ plus community came out and allowed men to be more themselves out there if that's their lifestyle. Because that down low thing was fucking up a lot of families. When men were scared to come out and be themselves like that, a lot of them wives were catching diseases, and a lot of them wives were getting beat up by men. And you wonder why men were punching women in the face and shit, or murder for hire and shit. That's how the shit was going down in Orlando, you know. And now when they say, well, bitch, I'm gonna come out and snap my finger twice and be myself, nah, you got a lot of women safe from that shit. But it wasn't like the heterosexual men beating up the women like that back in the day. And I'm just being honest. Back in the day, it was the dudes who tried to pretend to be heterosexual that was messing around with a guy back in the day when I was growing up, and they would beat their girlfriends, slap their girlfriends around and shit, because they wanted to go out to the club and hang out with the dudes and shit, man. We used to see it all the time. And I was like, man, why you beating that girl? That's a cute girl. Next thing you know, you see him at the hotel. I'm over there fucking at the chicks at the hotel. You see him go in the room with this dude. That's the reason. It ain't my business. And that's how we're going. But I'm telling y'all, everybody used to be like, oh, domestic violence. Man, that woman couldn't say shit to that man to make that man hit her. That man wanted to go out and be with his boyfriend. Now, so I'm glad that everything came to the light and people can be themselves and people can marry like they want to marry and who they want to marry. But back in the day, it wasn't no heterosexual man beating his wife like that. It was them dudes that liked the dudes and they was afraid. And they wife find out, and the first thing a wife would have said back in the day, oh, you faggot, you want a man, you don't want a woman, and dude get mad and boop. Even to the day, oh, you a faggot, you a homosexual, you this, dude, boop. I can say that shit about me all the time. Okay. Well, you can wonder, bitch, but I'm gonna go get somebody else. I'm just being honest with you. That's how the shit was growing up in my era. So if you're sensitive to this shit, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you exactly what the fuck I saw growing up and what everybody in my community knew. We knew who was in the closet. We knew who was down low. We knew it. Even if they had the baddest little club bitch they could find on their arm. We knew who was going over there fucking around with the boys. And they would fight them women. I am beautiful. God damn it. You know what? Since we on this topic of this right here, because I don't want to tell this story, I'm finna give y'all a bonus story. Now, I was afraid to tell this story, and I talked to my confidant Royal Blue about this, and I ain't putting Royal Blue business out there, but Royal Blue made me feel I was able to tell this, and I ran it past her, and she said, "No, the community shouldn't get too hot at you at this one." And shit. So I'm finna run down this story. Mama Karen, what it is? uh, so listen, here's a bonus story right quick. So I had to be about around by the same age, 16, 17 years old. Now this time I was downtown Orlando living with I had stayed the summer with my dad. He lived on Division Avenue. You go down there right now, Division Avenue is that's where they built the whole Amway Center. They tore down my daddy apartments, my grandma, my daddy mama apartments right there, all the way in that whole block. That's where my daddy lived, where the Amway Center at, in the 2 stories apartments. You could probably find it in the old photos in the news back in the day. But they tore them down and made the Amway station. So it's like right in the beginning, it was like a little strip mall. It was a karate, a kickboxing center, bricks kickboxing center. I don't know if I did the true spook about Brent, but I got one about his ass too. That shit was crazy. That bitch can walk up the wall. A black ninja nigga that can walk up the wall, y'all. I get into that. But so above the little karate shop, the little corner store right there, and all the little shops, they had some apartments. Like you got apartment over a Chinese restaurant in Chinatown. So they had some apartment. So in top of this apartment, there were 3 homosexual dudes that lived up there. Uh I want to say, what was it? I can't remember their name, so I'm just gonna give them some made up names, y'all. So forgive me. This is the only lie I'm gonna tell in this story. I'm just gonna tell their name. So I'm gonna say one was named Mooney, uh, the other one was named Clive, and I'm gonna say Sly. So Mooney, Clive, and Sly. So 3 homosexual dudes lived there. One was real fat. That he didn't have a car. He caught the city bus everywhere, bus 20. And I'm young, so I had to catch bus 20 to get down to my daddy house. So I'm over there at my daddy house for the summer. So my homeboy TJ came over, and he caught the bus that his mama let him come play with. So me and TJ playing. So if you know TJ, TJ is from the other True Spook story, that TJ in the same area, the right off of Church Street, cause Division, Church Street run parallel, not parallel, perpendicular to Division. On Church Street, you're gonna run into Division. Well, in my other True Spook story about the y'all can figure it out. Well, TJ loved fucking around with gay men, older gay men at that. So I'm a young boy. I'm hanging out with TJ. As we grow up, we got to figure out what TJ was and who he was. But that didn't stop him from being. That didn't stop his street career because he was real. Me and him were real niggas. We real for it. So I'm over there, 16, 15, 16. I'm downstairs with daddy house playing. You know what I'm saying? We playing and hanging out and shit. And all of a sudden upstairs, TJ go upstairs and TJ talked to the 3 homosexual dude that lived upstairs. I ain't think nothing of it. I went in the house, got me some Kool-Aid, got TJ a cup, came back out. So now me and TJ up there playing, all that shit there. So all of a sudden, one of the homosexual dude, I'm gonna say he the real fat one. He come down and I see him break a bottle on the rail, and he threw the glass down. But I ain't think about it, right? Because you hear the noise, you look up and you still playing. We still running around with BB guns and slingshots and shit. So TJ like tag you with, and he like swung on me, hit me in the back. So I'm like, okay, let me get this bitch. So I'm running and we having fun. We frolicking, we children, man. Ran over there. I fell and I gashed my arm. I forget. Yeah, it's this one. The tattoo covered it up, y'all. So I gashed my arm and it was bleeding bad, like blood skeeting out that bitch. I mean, and I ain't exaggerating because I had been running, so the blood was flowing. The blood was bubbling out that bitch. So the 3 gay dudes say, "Come up here." So I put my hand over and TJ grabbed me and TJ walked me up the stairs, right? And then they like took me in the bathroom and he like had a dirty tank top, ripped it, and tied me up. And when he tied me up, he pulled it tight, and he got some Vaseline from under the sink. He took the Vaseline and he rubbed it on the gash and the vat of my arm. That the Vaseline started bubbling, like the blood was pooling inside the petroleum jelly, and then it was like, and then the blood that kept coming out. So I'm like, oh shit, my dad gonna kill me. I done got cut. He got to take me to the doctor. And back in the day, black people, we don't go to the doctor. It's a bill. Not like this shit. You can go there and they write it off. They send that bill to your house. So I'm like, man, they're gonna beat me. I got him a hospital bill. So TJ tied the heavyset dude tied the motherfucking bandana off. So then he walked me in the kitchen and he put some water. He put a hot pot on the stove and shit. He said we can stop the bleeding, but it's gonna be painful. So he turned on the stove. He got some curling irons and he bought some hot water too. And I'm sitting up there holding it and blood dripping down so much, but it had stopped because he tied it off. So then he take the hot comb and he like didn't hold it. He just like kept touching. I'm screaming like a motherfucking pain. Ah. So, but around it, it had stopped the bleeding, but it was blistered up real bad. So I'm sitting up there and I'm like, they gave me like a ice pack to put on it, and I put it under it, not on it. And I'm like, so now I'm like, I'm scared. I done came to reality. I'm in the homosexual dude's house, and my dad and Wine told me never go up there. Wine is my dad's friend. My dad and Wine say never go up them stairs. Them they like little boys and they gonna get you. I thought they were playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm black. I'm a boy. That shit only happened to young white boys. You know, this is. So now I realize, bitch, I'm in their house. So not only did I'm in their house, I got a big ass gash on my arm, and TJ up here with me. Bitch, now my daddy finna kill me, and Wine them gonna curse me out, and I'm fucked up. So I'm scared. So I'm like, I'm shaking. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. So as I walk out of the apartment and walk downstairs, Wine come walking up, and Wine look up there. And Juan was like, tight, get your ass down here. And I say, Juan, I hurt myself and they were fixing it. Juan never hit me. That day he slapped the shit out of me. Bop, bop, bop. Get in the house and I'm going to tell your daddy. So Juan called the 3 homosexual cats downstairs and like, did y'all fuck with him? And he never called me tight for real. He called me by my real name. Because me and my daddy got the same name. But I'm little. Did y'all fuck with Lil Tight there? No. And the dude was like, had these kind of feminine features. And Juan was like, you sure? And Juan staring at him. Dead lock on his ass, people. You sure, bitch? And Juan like, not that one. Bitch, anybody but that one. So then the other 2 dudes that were behind the heavyset guy was like, oh, you what the fuck you think we is? Some pedophile bitches that we want to fuck up? And Juan was like, you better tell them to shut the fuck up. I'm talking to you. And Juan like, I cut all y'all asses in here. So now with the backing, the dude got upset and he like bucked that Juan. So Juan in the South, people, we carry straight razors. I got 2 of them on me. I ain't even gonna front. We carry straight razors and blades. We good with them little knives, not them buoy bitches that them rednecks you, bitch. We good with a real live pocket knife. Whittle your ass down. 6 cuts, bitch. You gone. Call the ambulance. So he went to buck at Wine. So Wine pull out the motherfucking blade. Bam. So Wine swiping. Wine went for the throat, but caught him across the jaw. $150 energy, right? Oh, he fell back. So his other 2 buddies came from behind him like they finna do something. So Wine was like, I'm finna stick all y'all. So as they rushed the Wine rushed them. So Wine went to stab and finna gut all their ass up, right? Then the dude was like, gone. So the dude said, y'all leave me alone. Get me to the hospital. So keep in mind, my daddy apartment here, they apartment there, so they gonna see each other. This is less than 25 yards away from each other. So Wine like, come here, tight. And he go get the cobwebs and shit from around the apartment complex, and he packed the wound with the cobwebs and shit, and he wrapped it up. He said, take this dirty motherfucking shirt off or you catch an infection. Wine was a medic in the military, in the Army Rangers. My dad, Army Ranger, so was Wine. So Wine wrapped me up good, got me right. He say, I ain't gonna tell your daddy you was up there, but if he find out, you on your own. Say, cool. So Wine went and got me some pork rinds and a root beer soda. So me and Wine sitting on the porch. That's the thing me and Wine had in common. Now, that's just the physical altercation. So let me get you into the magic part of this motherfucker, right? I ain't know Wine even got down with this magic shit. So Wine go out there after he done cut the dude. Wine say, walk with me tight. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm walking with Wine. This like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. He say, help me look on the ground. He say, if you see any blood, he said, call it out. So we got flashlight. So I say, hey, here goes some blood. And Wine bend down and Wine get on his knees and he smell the blood. He say, no, that ain't his blood. That's your blood. So Wine keep walking. So I say, here goes some more blood. Wine get down. Wine smell. Wine say, yeah, that's his blood. Wine grab a handful of the shit. Put the t-shirt. Drop in the t-shirt. Come on. He said, kick that dirt around. So now Wine done kick my blood out so nobody can get it. Wine go upstairs. My daddy still ain't home. Wine go upstairs. Wine said, get that paper bag over there, that brown bag. So I dump his liquor out because he carried gin in his pocket. Dump that motherfucker out. Wine put the dirt and the blood in the paper bag. Wine go in the bathroom, take a shit. Take his shit, drop it in the paper bag with the blood, right? I can't be telling y'all this type of shit, boy. This real magic here. This real motherfucking magic. Ah! Boy, if y'all don't think this shit real, y'all crazy. Wine go in the bathroom, take a shit. Put his shit in the bag with the sand. Wine take the motherfucker outside. Wine get some broken glass, put it in there. Wine say, okay. Say, I'm finna say my real name. Tight. Step on it. Say, give me 3 good steps. I'm like, that's good. So Wine say, okay, get me the matches. Wine got some lighter fluid, got the matches, put it by the trash can, set the bag on fire. He say, tomorrow, we gonna sit out here and we gonna have a show. So Wine went and got me a bag of pork rind with some hot sauce in that bit and got me a root beer soda, so I'm sitting on the porch. All of a sudden, the dude who face he cut, I'm telling y'all some magic shit here, people. The dude who face he cut came running downstairs, bleeding from his booty, bleeding from his asshole. Rushed him to the ambulance. Ambulance pull up and put him in there. Motherfucker had rectal bleeding. Why did that? What did Wine do? I saw it. Dude called me a fish in front of Wine. That's why he did it. I ain't know what that shit mean. I ain't never been to prison. He said, see you later, fish. So I'm like, that's an odd word to say. I guess the dude weird. He called me a fish. I'm like, because I thought my lips were too big for my face back in the day. I ain't looked this decent. So I'm like, damn, nigga picking at my face. I say, that's a cold bitch, boy. I'm a kid, bitch. You just gonna throw me on, you just gonna say that about my lips and shit, because I'm thinking fish lips. But why understood he was calling me fish because he said, okay, now, bitch, I'm gonna fuck this little nigga later. So why handled that shit? That man went to the hospital bleeding from his butt. He didn't make it, people. I'm just gonna tell you. Now, what killed him, I don't know. Maybe the magic wine did kill him, but he didn't make it. Bled out. That's wine. We didn't even know wine did that shit. Wine was a drunk. Wine used to get drunk and fall and go to sleep on the porch. He'll put on a three-piece suit in the hot sun with church shoes and no socks, go around to the hole and get drunk all day long. Come home, could barely make it upstairs and sleep on the porch until the next day. That dude died. And keep in mind, I didn't know what fish mean. I'm 16, 17, I'm 15, 16. I don't know this talk. It ain't my world. Bitch, I'm still in that Jones High School. I don't know these words. So I'm just telling you, it was a lot of killing going on in the hood with magic. Nah, the shit done got lost with the tradition today. Yeah, ain't nobody killing bitches nowadays with it. But them old heads knew how to hurt people with magic. Not like this easygoing shit here where they want to sit up there and make you lose your car. Your father friend just listened to his own spirit. He knew that bitch plans to harm you. Sure enough, man, I'm telling you. Sure enough, that's how it was. Damn, rabbit or a mouse. I don't know these words, man. I'm telling you. But that's the bonus story in this piece, people. That's how it goes. I don't know if this shined a bad light on LGBTQ, but I ain't trying to. I'm just telling you my childhood experiences, you know, and the people in the hood with that situation. I ain't mean to defame or defraud that energy at all. So please forgive me if it come off like that. But sorry, not sorry. That's the shit that happened in my childhood, and I seen it with my own eyes. People, I witnesses. I stepped on the bag. Why made me step on the bag? It was broken glass. The blood of the dude who face he cut. He took his own shit with dirt, set it on fire. Man had ass bleed. Trying to touch up on some kids. I mean, I was protected more ways than y'all could imagine. And wine passed away from a brain aneurysm though. A little bit about wine. It was hot when it was real hot one day, and he was so hot, man. And he had went around to the hole. I remember his last time seeing me, he gave me $20. He say, I was finna say my real name just to say his words, but he said tight. He said, "You got some money in your pocket?" I say, "No, sir." He like, "Here, you got a girlfriend?" "Yes, sir." He say, "Here, go buy something. Buy something nice now." And I like, "Yes, sir." And he went around to the hood, and I caught the city bus to my chick house. And the next thing you know, Dad said, Wine went around to the hole and he died. Say brain vessel, he got too drunk and hot. Brain vessel busted in his brain. Wine died over there. And that was about 6, 7 months after he did that spell. I think that spell took a lot out of him. I think that was his one last ditch to claim that dude life. He gave his life up to claim that dude life. That's what I always thought personally, people, and that's just me. I know it's somber, it's touching, but I think that's what happened. I have to say, well, bet he won't do that again. So yeah, that's wine for you, man. I love wine. That's wine. But yeah, me personally, people, back to reality. I think wine. I think that spell claimed wine life because he wasn't spiritually strong enough to do it, but he did it. Less than 6 months after that dude died, he passed away brain aneurysm. So yeah. All right, everybody. I know I got a little quiet. I just had to tell y'all this story because it was relevant to me. But yeah, that's why for you, man. I had some good people looking out for me when I was growing up, so I can't complain, y'all. I can't complain. Oh, whew. I done gave enough of my energy. I done gave enough of my energy. What's what? No, is this? But back to this. I'm gonna wear this in public. Motherfuckers gonna want to fight. Uh, they gonna want to fight, but I don't care because I'm gonna be like, bitch, I don't know how to swim. I can fly. So catch one of these Superfly Jimmy Snickums on your ass. Twin, you for damn sure have one down here in Dade County. Penny Hall, I got somebody that look like me. I think, hey, you know what? I think I'm the Tyrone them bitches calling because everywhere I go, somebody like, man, I know you. They say, bitch, you been around. My daddy friend, military. You were like, I'm finna say, damn, I'm finna say my people name. You like, don't he look like so and so from? And dad was like, he kind of do. Like, yeah. And he like, well, he damn sure don't look like you. And everybody go to laughing and shit. But listen, there's always gonna be a version of me existing somewhere. But it's a lot of people out there that look like me. I ain't even gonna front. I told you about. Did I tell you about the story about Romeo? Yeah, I told y'all about in a recap about Romeo that the boy had killed himself and he looked like me. He killed himself in the Palms apartment where Windsor right now. Got up on the table, shot himself in the head, killed himself. Everybody thought it was me. I was tucked off working. Everybody thought it was me. They went and got my mama. My mama screaming and crying. He just a little slimmer in the face. But he just stood up on the table after doing coke and drugs and shot himself in the head. And everybody like, your boy dead. I was at work. So he looked just that much like me and he killed himself. And his real name was Romeo. But the Arabs at the stove used to call me Romeo. Like, they used to be like, look at Romeo because I was a ladies' man. Play on Saint X. So yeah, so maybe I'm Tyrone. Who knows? Don't try to kill me, bitch, because I want to know. I want to come back. I don't want nobody to shoot me. Maybe they could do my dreads better. Maybe they could do my dreads better. Yeah, bring it on, bitch. Y'all give me some real one. Grow that bitch out in a tube. Something. Futbolaski 1903. Hello. Man, that got to be like a. I wonder what name, what type of name that is. Football Lasky 1903. I like names. I like the wording. So y'all, I'm crazy. Lashar Goodlow. Miss Goodlow, what it is? I'll have to check. Yeah, it do sound German, but I don't want to insult. I don't want to insult nobody. But yeah, that's a righteous sounding name. I wish I knew how to pronounce it right. Everybody, I am so happy that y'all like that story. I thought I didn't want to tell it. I didn't think it was gonna be good enough. I didn't think it was gonna be good enough. But you guys did me right. Well, I don't know. I don't know. They saying like a football. Try to Google it. It's like football, something football. That's a righteous name. Oh, football name. Yeah. I thank you, brother, for popping in on me. But yeah, everybody, that was it, man. Those were the two stories. Again, I ain't trying to offend. I'm just telling you exactly what went on in my world, in my generation. And do I know Foster? I know a lot of Fosters in Florida. I know a Foster that's a high-ranking Mason. You know, one of the best men on the planet, intelligent. I know a lot of Fosters. His daughter, I know them all. Yes, right here. Matter of fact, his daughter just had a birthday 2 days ago. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Listen, I appreciate you guys again. I will be trying. I'm trying to get the podcast where I could get paid because I could start a podcast and it'll be for free, and I have to get people to advertise on the page. But they saying if I could go like my Patreon and get a different set from Patreon, I could podcast go live Patreon, and that could be the podcast, and then it pays that way. So I've been reading up and googling on that, but trust me, within the next 2 weeks, that bitch will be up, and I will be doing it because this all I do for a living. I don't work nowhere else. This is Spirit told me to do this, and I gotta trust Spirit gonna make it work for me. So telling these stories, educating people with love, and then the readings, I should be okay. So Savina, still, if I do a different tier, I don't know if like each tier can be like, I don't know if people are gonna pay multiple times or if I go because I'm gonna drop the podcast is gonna be not that much money because it's I want everybody to hear the story. So the podcast is gonna be low dollars, but then I'm not changing the $25 tier. So I don't know if somebody gonna be charged twice in their credit card, one for the spiritual learning and one for the podcast energy. So I don't know how that's worked, but that's what I'm trying to watch videos on to see. Yes, I teach on my Patreon, Kent. Good teachings. You ain't gonna get it like this nowhere else. I'm telling you. I go into the mechanics of it, baby. You understand. When I get done with you, you understand every item you use, every element, and why you should use it, so you can create your own way of doing your own shit, man. That's a real teacher. An update on the readings, okay. Breezer B. Spirit led. There we go. All right, everybody. I'm finna let y'all get out of here. I gotta do a couple readings. I know I'm on vacation, but I promised a couple people readings and shit, and they paid. So I gotta go make the money. What, Zamaya? Oh, Matt. I thought you said that. All right. That's the little girl. She bothered me. She probably telling me she liked the coconut shrimp I made. Homemade coconut shrimp, baby. All right, everybody. I'm tight telling you guys sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, but it's the truth, no doubt. Everybody keep your eyes open, head on a swivel, and just look around. You're going to see the same shit I'm seeing. Or try to get in your memory. And make sure you have your children look around because these are going to be some great memories for them and protection. So share me with your friends and family. Like and subscribe. Everybody go to my, please, and I'm begging. This is me begging. This is an ask, not beg. I got to learn. Please go to my TikTok. It's HTE underscore BARON underscore SPEAKS and follow me. I'm trying to get 1,000 people. So they told me once I get 1,000, I can go live on there. And I would like to go live and talk and do some teachings on there in the little quick 3-minute videos and shit and talking stuff. So if y'all could get me up to 1,000, have 1,000 people come just follow me so I could go live, I would appreciate it so much. So I'm gonna be selling that one. Till next time, people. Take care. Stay safe. God bless. And be good.